Picture this. One solar farm in Minnesota is powering thousands of homes. But here's something different. Renters and even small businesses are starting to see their electricity bills go down, all without ever putting a solar panel on their roof.
Today is May 21st, 2025. Let's dive into community solar, because this isn't your standard energy story. We're seeing something you don't hear about often. Both Republicans and Democrats working together to give more people access to clean energy. Why is this happening now? And how does it change who actually benefits from solar?
Exactly. The real change is in how community solar turns the old model upside down. For years, solar was just for people who could put panels on their own roof. If they owned the place, could afford the upfront costs, and had a roof that faced the right way. But about 42% of American households and nearly a half of businesses can't do rooftop solar at all. So if you rent, or your building just isn't suitable, what options do you actually have?
That's where these shared solar projects step in. Instead of having panels on your home, the panels are set up in a field or on a big rooftop somewhere else. You subscribe to a part of that project. Each month, you get credits on your electric bill for your share of the energy produced, so you save money and use renewable energy without the need to own a home or pay upfront.
And this isn't just a pilot program anymore. States like Minnesota, Illinois, Virginia, Maryland, and New York have all expanded their community solar efforts. Now, low and moderate income families, renters, and small businesses can actually join in. According to the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, these are the groups that benefit the most, the ones who've mostly missed out on clean energy until now.
This year, 2025, is pretty significant. Federal policy is really pushing the growth. Think about the Inflation Reduction Act or the EPA's Solar for All program. Just last year, over 1.7 gigawatts of community solar came online. That's a 35% increase from the year before. What's behind that kind of jump?
A lot of it comes down to economics. New bipartisan laws in places like Missouri, Iowa, Montana, Ohio, and Wisconsin are opening the door to billions in local investment. For instance, Pennsylvania's proposed program could bring in $1.8 billion and add about 11,000 jobs. Virginia's expansion is on track for $5.6 billion in impact and 46,000 jobs. These solar projects go up quickly, sometimes in just a year, so they help relieve pressure on the grid almost right away.
And that's important, since the U.S. expects electricity demand to rise by more than 20% by 2030. Community solar isn't just providing clean energy, it's doing it quickly and in the places where it's needed most. Is this the kind of flexibility the power system actually needs as it shifts away from fossil fuels?
That does seem to be the case. Plus, this model has global potential. The U.S. is showing that expanding renewable energy access doesn't have to deepen political divides. By including renters and low-income families, community solar addresses both climate issues and energy inequality. Do you think this bipartisan approach could be a model for other countries?
That's the key question, isn't it? If the U.S., with all its political division, can find common ground on clean energy, maybe that's something other nations can learn from too. The American experience basically becomes a test case. How do you make renewables accessible, not just available? And how do you make sure the benefits go beyond homeowners or the wealthy?
Millions of Americans have been shut out of the solar transition until now. But in 2025, new bipartisan laws and federal incentives are starting to change that. Community solar is becoming a tool for energy equity, a way for more people to take part in the clean energy shift.
As more states adopt and expand these programs, we're seeing a model develop that could inspire similar efforts in other places. It's not only about clean energy, it's about who actually gets to be involved in that transition.
If the U.S. can deliver clean energy that's accessible, affordable, and politically feasible, it sends a powerful message. A more inclusive and sustainable energy future is possible.
So we've gone from a single solar farm in Minnesota to the idea of a global template for equitable clean energy. That's quite a journey.
Thanks for joining us as we looked at how bipartisan cooperation is changing clean energy access in the U.S. and maybe even beyond.
Thank you for listening. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. Try it out for free.